see you. Belong here. Run along. Turn back, trespasser. Cease this now. You just have things you do not understand. That business will not go unpunished. This is your final
force
warning.
my hand again.
Leave little now. So be it. You've chosen to side fair. This is my world, and you shall obey my order. Irrelevant!
Trying to recover. Hurry! Let's find a way back.
Behold the face of your unmaking!
Father, it's me. Let me help you.
The horror must be stopped. Obstacles destroyed!
He's trying to recover. Hurry! Let's find a way back.
These memories are mine. I cannot lose them.
They lied to you, Father. I'm your true memory.
To save the future, the past must be sacrificed. Irrelevant!
I can show the build too here. Just gonna close the door. Alright. So this is pretty much a logical conclusion of playing Earthshatter on standard. So this is something you cannot do in a league. But it's still a lot of fun to take it to the absolute end state. So the weapon, really happy with this. I double corrupted a couple of really good axes, and this was the best outcome. Using a helmet with critical strike chance for each war cry. I think for this type of build, I do believe this is a little bit more damage than using an Echoes of Creation. So I'm gonna lower the volume here. Yeah, it's a little bit better than using Echoes of Creation, even though Echoes is still probably technically a little bit more damage. Chest piece having the Fortify on it, so it frees up. I'm using Shockwave here instead of Fortify. Otherwise, I would use Fortify here. Boots, just rando boots. You want action speed. Action speed is really, really strong in this build. Then just gloves with, some impale chance. I am using impale, so this is a crit setup, of course, because I'm using this helmet. Otherwise, if it was a non-crit, we would use echoes, but crit is a little bit more damage, like quite a lot actually. Then when I'm mapping, I'm just using Prionesis with Quicksilver and a Headhunter. Headhunter is so cheap now, so anybody can use them. They're really strong for mapping still. We can go over the tree a little bit quickly here. Using cooldown recovery right here with Warcry. Warcry minimum 10 power, which activates Rage Mastery, so we get Rage. So we always have uptime on Rage. And we get armor from Rage 2. I think we're sitting at 40k, which is not super good, but it's definitely better than nothing. We're using one deep cuts. I'm not using Pride, so what you could use instead is obviously use a Pride with 2 additional impales. But since I'm using a deep cuts and I don't have the mana to get impale or Pride in here, we're using a determination instead for extra survivability. Since the damage is so good already, there's no reason to use Pride. Yeah, so if you were not if you didn't have a weapon with life tap on it, or you had Earthshatter with life tap on as an implicit, or imbued rather, then you don't need any mana thing. If you didn't have life tap, obviously you need to calculate in the mana thing, but life tap just frees up everything. That's why it's so important to get it, to be honest. Like this is the best implicit on any weapon, two-handed. Better than Fortify, hands down. But yeah, that's the links we're using. So the Earthshatter you have imbued with Overextortion. Using an Awaken Brutality and Awaken Melifest. These are all legacy. We're using a Fist of War with Void Shockwave and then a crit multi here. Then basically just Battle Mage, General's Cry, Intimidating Cry with vulnerability. So Infernal Cry helps a little bit with the clear. Battle Mage activates vulnerability. I'm using Blood of Sand, Heart of Purity, and Determination here. We're using a Charisma, again legacy item. Charisma is the absolute best item for this build because of the quality. I would not use this in a league. I would probably use something like this. This is also really strong. But if you're playing standard, you can't beat Ashes of the Star. It's too good. We're using a Rallying Cry here with Life Tap. This is also legacy now. And then Urgent Orders with Seismic Cry and an Enhance. So we get the cooldown speed. It's just incredibly strong right now here. You don't have to use Urgent Orders. I just enjoy this. Like the fast. Like it takes no time to do it. You just do it. It's just, I don't know. I just like that a lot. And then basically resistances. Using 1 mana reservation. I needed int, so we got 1 with int and some life. We're using 1 begin onslaught and we gain more mentality. There is one that gives you more armor, which might be better. I can't remember the name of that node, but it's a node that gives you like armor per power or some shit. This might be better. I just enjoy having endurance charges and power charges up. Be taking some endurance charges here. I'm not scaling endurance charges. Obviously, you can get implicits, or sorry, not implicits, but explicits on the item. You can get implicit on this synthesized, but this is gonna change now with legacy item. Oh, sorry, synthesized item being changed in the next patch. So you can't get endurance charges on synthesized items anymore. You can get them as corruptions. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I would highly recommend getting endurance charges if you can scale it because it's probably our best defensive mechanic here. But yeah, use 200 multi. We're currently sitting at here 629. We are around, I think, 50% crit chance with all the war cries up. I think it might actually be more because this mod doesn't show up on the tooltip, but you get crazy amount of crit chance. And then we just used one Feeded Fury and one Titanic Swing, crit multi, and then one Corrupted Blood immunity. We already seen that. Have to sort of take this because otherwise I can't fix the resistances. Kind of have to have it. But yeah, that's the build. This is, you know, the end game Earthshatter build. I just wanted to show it off a little bit here. There's no reason for me to put up the POB because oh yeah, we're using precision, vitality, arrogance here. This is the most. I always use this setup. Always, always, always. I'm using a leaf slam here. But yeah, there's no point for me to put up POB because it's all legacy items and it's on standard. Obviously, the build is not going to be this strong in a league, but it's still incredibly powerful skill. And if you push it as far as you can do insane damage with this. So I hope the league is going to be fun. See you later, guys.